What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel again. This is Rob with RK Motorsports, and today we have another wrecked bike rebuild on our hands. This one is actually a customer's. They have had this bike for I think about 3 years, and it's kind of just been sitting. It got wrecked and they didn't really have the time or money to kind of fix it up. So, you know, now it's the beginning of riding season and he wants to get on the road and you know, enjoy the bike. So what we have here is a 1999 Yamaha R6. It's got, you know, some damage. It was laid down. The fairings are missing on this side. We've got bent subframe, so the subframe's kind of tweaked. We've got some damage to the tank right here. The customer is really just kind of looking for the bike to get up and running, just kind of cosmetically look good. They're not too worried about the tank, so we're not gonna touch that. There's no holes or anything, so it's holding gas, and you know, it's just cosmetic right there. But other than that, we're gonna get some fairings. I'm gonna try and straighten out that subframe. We've got a front stay bracket right here that's broken off, so I'm gonna get a new one. I actually have that on hand right now. We've got a clip-on that's broken off, just kind of dangling down right here. Got to get a kill switch. I've got a front brake master also, and I'm gonna do an oil change. I think a coolant flush too on this, just to kind of get the bike up and running and tip-top shape for the season. Also got to get a mirror and a battery, because the battery is dead right now. So that's just kind of a quick overview of the bike. It's really not too bad. There's you know, a lot of mostly just the cosmetic stuff. Also, we've got a tail light right there, so we just got to clean that up a little bit. So yeah, I've got most of the parts already, so let's dive into this thing. Alright guys, so this is where we're at right now with the bike, with the Yamaha R6 rebuild. I basically took off the fairings, popped in a new battery. I just switched over the front brake master to the new used one that we have. I didn't bleed the brakes yet, so I'm going to still have to do that. And, you know, I got that new ignition kill switch hooked up. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to see if we can get this bike started. When I picked the bike up originally, you know, we hooked it up to a jump box and it was, you know, cranking, it was trying to start. The bike's been sitting for a few years, so it might take a little bit, but that's the next thing we're gonna do is try and get this thing started. And another couple things that I did notice, originally when I was looking at the bike, the subframe, I didn't think it was this bad, but this looks pretty twisted. So I'm gonna have to order a new subframe. I don't think I'm gonna be able to straighten this one out, unfortunately. I think they're running like a used subframe that's straight is, you know, probably around like 60 bucks. And I also noticed that the front rim has a nice big dent in there. So I'm gonna price out a used front rim that I can pop on there. So it's been about a week since I ordered the new subframe and the new front wheel, and those finally came in. We got the new subframe here, and we've got our new front wheel here, both from eBay. And I also noticed when I was checking out the bike that the right rear set here, let me see if I can clear this up, has a little crack right there. So I also ordered a new right rear set, brake side rear set. So that should be hopefully the last piece that I'm waiting for this bike. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take this rear subframe off, and also I'm going to see if I can get this broken bolt out of the frame, because when the subframe got twisted, it kind of snapped this little bolt here. And I noticed we have another little bolt here. So that's gonna be the next task. I'm going to strip off that subframe and swap over the new one. Alright guys, so a quick update as to where we're at with this bike. I've got the new subframe on, the old twisted one is over there. We've got the new front wheel on, the dented rim is over there. I've got some new fresh brake fluid in the front, nice firm brakes. I also went along and gave the bike a quick detail with that gunk engine shine. If you guys are interested in that, I'll throw that link below in the description if you guys are interested in purchasing that. I love using that as a detail spray. And I also did the oil and filter change on this bike, so we got some nice fresh fluid. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to throw the tank on the bike, get it fired up, just to make sure everything's running good. And then after that, I'm going to start getting ready for the fairings, and I'm going to start prepping those and kind of getting the headlight assembly on, and then we're going to move forward from there. Alright, so we got her fired up. That's a good sign. Now we're going to move on to the fairings next, and we are going to finish this thing up. Alright guys, so here she is, the finished product, the 1999 Yamaha R6. Now really the only thing that I did not show after I put the seats on was just me putting these trim pieces on the front here, which isn't too major, but it really cleans up the bike and kind of gives it that nice final touch to really set it off. So I'm very pleased with how this came out. Got that nice clean look with the fairings, this nice real clean candy blue. Now if anybody's wondering where I got the fairings from, I actually did get these from NT Fairing, so a little shout out to them. And yeah, this thing turned out really nice. It's really not that bad for you know, a 21-year-old bike, 1999, and you know, here we are in 2020 right now, and yeah, this thing is super clean. I'm really happy with how this came out. This is probably the oldest bike that I've done so far as sport bike rebuilds. Usually I like to try and stay around like 2003 and up, just because I like dealing with the fuel injected bikes, since this one's carbureted. This one didn't give me too many issues. It did bog out a little bit when it was kind of cold, but ran it up to temperature, and everything rode nice and fine when I was taking it for a test ride. So shoot me some feedback in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about this one. If you want to see more Yamaha rebuilds, I've also got the 636 rebuild in the process. We've been kind of waiting on parts for that for a while. It's actually tucked in the corner over here, this little guy. So that one's probably going to be the next rebuild. And I've got another little sneak peek at this thing, this little girl. Let's just say I traded something that was worth $13 for this bike. And I can't not do this video without having a startup of this bike. So here you guys go.